welcome back to the Play One podcast. This is actually the 10th episode of the podcast, and I'm here with Keegan and Sean, BITSKY and Gravitrax. How you guys doing?
What's up?
Doing great. How's it going? Glad to be back.
Doing well, man. I got a lot of questions to ask you guys, especially about this tour that's been going on. How's it been going?
Excellent. Definitely been a wild ride so far.
Yeah, man, it seems like every day is something new, a new conversation in the works where we got to figure out how to make it happen logistically in the schedule. And we definitely feel the momentum picking up from, that first show when it kicked off with the Ellis Dream Tour. Definitely pretty excited with how things are going, I would say.
Yeah, and you guys just got back from New York too, playing with Blunts and Blondes and Schlump on a boat. How did that even work? I've never been to one of those, and I've seen them happen. I just don't understand the logistics of that.
I'll let Sean lead with that.
First you have a boat, and then you just pack a giant dope sound system and light rig onto it. And from there, you're pretty much good to go. No, it was pretty sick though. This thing was like 5 or 6 stories. They had multiple stages on this boat, and it goes out in the Hudson. Blunts and Blondes and Schlump both killed it. It was a really I think it was one of our more rowdy crowds that we had throughout the shows we've done so far for tour.
Word. And you said there was multiple stages. How did that work? Were there other artists on the bill that I didn't see?
Yeah, they do it at this venue a little bit different each time. So for that instance, they were unrelated to the event. I think they had like separate rooms, but you could really kind of go anywhere on the boat. So they weren't really affiliated with the main event, but we're on a boat, so there's really only so much you can do, I guess, for separating the events.
Right. And I mean, you said it was 4 or 5 stories. I mean, what was it, like a ferry? Was it like a more of a
no, this is like a super like yacht, like a mini cruise ship.
It was a maze. It was a complete maze. I tried to figure it out the entire night, and I just never could. It's just like you have no idea where you were going at any time. So you just kind of stayed in the main room or close to it, mostly.
So is that something that the organizers of the event own, or do they rent it out from somebody who owns the boat?
It looks like the boat is a separate entity. You could definitely see they kind of, just for emergency purposes, and you're on a vessel on the Hudson River, so it's like I remember being outside like, why am I allowed out here? Like it could just go over so easy. Like, God forbid. I'm like, I wonder. I don't know. I'm sure that's happened, and they have no idea.
Some liabilities you have to worry about. It's definitely not a standard venue by any means. It was pretty weird getting onto a boat to play a show. Definitely a first time for me.
Yeah, damn. I feel like not a lot of people have been able to do that. I mean, like, holy ship happens and all that. So I guess that like is kind of the anomaly in that, but it's still a crazy organized event. I can't even I've never done it, and I really want to try and do it just so I know how it works, or like can like see how it works in real time. But that's insane. Well, I haven't talked to you guys since the water show really in Colombia, and since then, that being like the debut of the back-to-back show, when you're on this tour, I mean, do you guys see that your chemistry has developed since then? Like, how has it come since I've seen you guys last?
Oh, I mean,
it's only gotten worse. I'm just kidding.
It's gotten worse.
It's only gotten worse. That's the sarcasm coming through. Go ahead though, man. I'll let you run with it.
Nah, dude. I mean, it definitely at that point was already like something where we're making music a lot, sending ideas back and forth, and there was obviously the idea of playing our songs that we had already written. I think we had 2 at that point that were dropping, and it was like, okay, yeah, we'll be able to play that live whenever one of us is playing. I don't know whose idea it was, just to like, whether it be someone at the Player One team or Aftershock. I know Lewis kind of was the one that came to us. Our manager, Louis Piatti, was like, do you guys want to do a back-to-back set, and we were like, I don't know if we can do that. Can we do that? Like, and then like, honestly, he's in Colorado and I'm in Philadelphia, so we're not going to be able to practice until we see each other in South Carolina is like the idea. And we just kind of had faith that it was going to work. And essentially our first practice was opening for Not Low. And I say it went pretty damn well. That was one of like, we got the recording of the set that night. Actually, I hold on to that file, putting a lot of value on that. It sounds really good.
NFT potential.
Dude, yeah, it's in a safe place. So yeah, I would say things have definitely since that point moving forward gotten better. Just because that was practice one, and now I went from seeing Keegan one time a year, if at all, to now I've seen Keegan like. And it's never like in our home state, but I'm like meeting him in different states, like, and it's like a couple times a month sometimes, and because that's kind of how we're running the tour. Like we're going home. Him and I both work day jobs Monday to Friday, and we have that ability to have some cushion around our weekend, and dip out a little bit early Friday. I've had the instance where I'm landing in Philadelphia on Monday morning and going straight to work. Like, oof. That was actually what I did from the Columbia show.
Oh my God, man.
Oh my gosh. Everybody missed their flights. I missed my connecting flight in Miami.
That was not always peaches and roses.
Yeah. So that's the Sky Suite legendary.
Oh my God! I still have the picture on my phone. I still have the picture on my phone of his hands over the entire 2 boxes of taquitos, just all on the.
Oh my gosh! Is this your backpack?
Yes. Is this your stuff? No. Yeah, we don't need to go into too much detail there. But
oh man, those guys.
It was classic.
Oh man, but it's all love.
Big shout out to the man.
He's crushing it.
He's the homie. He's crushing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, obviously, dude, the chemistry is an obvious improvement, but like individually, have you guys seen improvements with your mixing styles when you guys come together as well?
Yeah, I definitely can add some feedback there. I think like when we started and did the first thing, as like Sean was saying, was a practice run in South Carolina. It was like, oh, this is a really cool thing that we like think we could make work. And it was a lot of like spontaneous things we were trying, like really last minute, like not really tested and things like that. But like since then, I would say we've developed a strong commitment to what we're doing in the space rock brand. So it's been a lot more curating things together, making a lot more music together, making remixes and just special edits to put in the set that we know we can like work together and play live in a really cool way that like spices up the set. And it's not so like last minute and let's see how this goes. It's like it's more like we put the work in together and use our strengths together and build each other up in the best way we can. And the product is just really amazing, man. I'm really happy with what we're doing, and I feel like it's something that's really special. I think it's coming through with just the recent stuff we're making. It's not even just original music, but just things that maybe are just for live. Maybe a Motley Crue remix or something. Just to throw a little Easter egg out there. But just like things like that we're doing that we had the idea together. Or, one of us had the idea, and together we were able to take it from just that to like a full finished concept that we can showcase and just be really proud of. And it's just been a lot of fun, and just feels like kind of getting back to like, this is a band, sort of the old days, which is just a lot more of like a team effort, and just makes me a lot more excited to put forth a lot of effort and a lot of the time.
Hell yeah.
I agree.
I mean, with the example that you gave, like the Motley Crue remix, are there any songs that you guys recently have been really fucking with that you've been playing out more than others that are either your own or just of artists that you've been really digging recently?
Oh, dude, Keegan sent me a nasty mashup recently, actually. There's, oh man, we're definitely dropping some new stuff. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the Motley Crew, I don't know how much we really want to spoil.
True.
But no, I mean, there's.
Sorry to unveil that surprise.
No, that's like. I mean, at this point, we are just ripping that one every set. That I can't wait till that one comes on. I'm just like, oh hell yes! Like,
we can't get too much into the details of the other stuff, but yeah, I would say just like we're really inspired with some of the recent stuff that's popped up on tour and the crowds that we've been experiencing and some of these opportunities that we have to step into. We really want to up our game, and it's causing us to create even more new things that we were not expecting. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Absolutely. I mean, like, it's super obvious. I mean, I haven't seen any of the aside from what's on social media video wise of like any of the footage of the tour, but the only, I guess, example that I could see from what I can like listen to on my own is your mix that just came out with Street Ritual. Seeing like how you've grown as a DJ and like how much your mixing style has changed and your selection style has changed. It's really incredible. I'm not gonna lie, I was listening to it earlier, just kind of like, refreshing myself, like figuring out what I'm gonna say about it, and some dude commented on it at like, I think it's like 15 minutes in or something like that, and he said, the louder I turn it up, the more I believe dinosaurs will literally come back to existence.
I saw that.
And it's like,
that's pretty awesome.
Like, and he commented a second time on it too. I was just like, what does that even mean? But it's really good, man, and I hope that you're really proud of it.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, and I think if you're coming, Saturday night, you'll see that it's a very different set, even from what that mix is. That mix was kind of showcasing a different side of my project, some of more of the deeper dubstep and drum and bass styles, going back to more of like the roots of the scene. But the space rock set is, I would say, it's very, very futuristic focused, very instrumental, more upbeat, a lot of mid tempo also. I didn't showcase any of the mid tempo in that mix. So I would say there's definitely different avenues to Gravitrax nowadays. We're kind of going down some different lanes, just satisfying different, ideas that I have and stuff. But space rock is definitely making me very happy right now, and I'm excited for the show Saturday in South Carolina. It's going to be like a very, very awesome reunion and kind of just like a full circle moment to like, wow, this is the first time we're doing this, a year ago to today, where we basically committed, I would say, every day to doing this together since that point. When that point, it was kind of just like, hey, let's see how this goes. So it's pretty special to us, and I hope it comes through Saturday night with the set we throw down.
Hell yeah, man. I love to hear that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this South Carolina show above others, like kind of like, all right, we owe it to these guys to absolutely smash this. And there's just like stuff that we like wanted to play so bad, and we're like, gotta save it for the homies.
Yeah, so this set's going to be a very special tour set, playing multiple things for the first time, and yeah, we hope it resonates with everyone.
I'm sure it will, man. I think that everybody's looking forward to a really good night of music, and I mean, like, especially with that last second addition to the lineup too, having that Aftershock family drum and bass back to back. I think everybody's kind of asking questions and trying to figure out what's going on there. So I think there's a lot of speculation and excitement around the entire thing in general. So
some mystery now and spontaneity. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
there are some undercover drum and bass gurus on that lineup that people do not know about, and that's going to be pretty wild. Bima's always Bima is definitely one that has thrown some good drum and bass sets that I've already seen, and he's going to be ripping that setup. But I know a few other guys on there are sitting on some tunes that aren't quite, in the genre they usually play. So this will be the first time they're launching those.
Hell yeah. No, I'm super excited for the whole thing, man. It's such a good variety show, just in terms of like different genres being showcased all in the same place. I think it's gonna be really cool. You don't get a lot of that anymore. Like so many lineups for shows are so curated to a certain sound, and I get that. Like there's more continuity to having a show that way. But like part of that, I miss having some variety in there to kind of break it up a little bit, get some new vibes going, and then go back to whatever, maybe like the headline or whatever their vibe is, like go back to that sort of thing after a little bit of a break.
I agree with that.
Yeah, this lineup is, I mean, very across the spectrum in terms of genre. I mean, there's house.
It's about as all over the places you can get.
Tech house, bass house, drum and bass. If you have heard Sphinx's release that came out, was that yesterday that he dropped that?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Oh my release. Gosh, man, that is
Raider Madness.
That is a good song. You smashed that
beast.
Yes, yeah. Shout out Sphinx, man. That's a nice first release right there.
Yeah, super hyped to see that he dropped that. He entered the world of releasing music. It's good to see.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Big ups to that. And I mean, I feel so privileged too to like see him through that entire process. He would like come over and be like, check out this new part I made. And I'm like, dude, just keep going. Like I want to hear the whole finished thing. It's so good. So I'm glad it's out too, man.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
He was amazing when we went out to Colorado. That was definitely like the first time after, like, because we basically all started hanging after that first show, and kind of, we continued the relationship and conversing, and end up doing this Colorado trip, and then ends up with a show with Keegan's EP release, and Brian's with us the whole time. And I think from that point forward, it was like, I mean, we've been in contact constantly. Just kind of, he's always been a supportive person. So you love to see it.
Absolutely. Something I definitely wanted to touch on and ask about, talking about changes from the last time I talked to y'all. Keegan, the last time I talked with you, you had the Space Jam mod pack out for the Space Jam, I guess, shows that you were doing and the EP in general. And now we have this Skater XL mod pack for the Space Rock situation. What's going on? I was wondering if you would ask
about that.
Yeah.
It's just the next phase and kind of the gaming side of my project. You know how I kind of was saying I always wanted to pair a gaming experience with the music release. And so during Space Jam, I kind of had the idea floating around in my head of doing a skate game. Didn't know what it would be. Was kind of hype on it from playing like the new Tony Hawk revamped game that came out, like the remake of 1 and 2. So that was like, that had me kind of thinking of the skate game thing again. I was looking to maybe mod that one, which was not as easy. So it was kind of, just an idea at the time. And then as the end of the year was approaching, I felt like I had to really start diving in and get this new game experience put together for kind of the next year, the next like run of what I was doing. I found Skater XL. I found it had a really good modding community, so people were already kind of like doing that and getting excited about it and all the new little added features that people were adding in the community. And I saw that Easy Day Studios, that backs the game, was like a promoter of the modding, and they recently added it to the consoles. So the plan is to hopefully get some of this implemented into the consoles. It's a little bit of a longer timeline. So then I knew I was able to get into it with Skater XL and just started diving in, doing a lot of research, realized there was a lot of parallels from how I did the Space Jam one, which made it a lot quicker for me to dive in. And I would say it took about solid 3 months to really complete it and get it released. And it was a really good learning experience. I was really happy with the other artists I featured in there. I think everyone added a nice, unique element to the game, and I was able to kind of customize in different ways to bring some new life to the game that I think certain people have appreciated for sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, sorry, keep going.
I just gotta say, the Mike Berry ramen noodle outfit is
I think that's a favorite. The business in the full suit. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
I've never seen something like that.
Yeah, I can honestly, yeah, I had an old friend that went to the Ellis Dream show and like met him there and got all excited and went to me like, yeah, man, I met the ramen noodle skater. And like that
No.
was how he knew of the business.
Oh
So
my God.
he's not, he's an old friend. He's not as like into the scene, so it's definitely no no bad remark on the business for being known or something, but he's just not as familiar. But that is what clued him in to the business, the ramen noodle skating, because that's an eye catcher. I don't know,
It's
that'll catch
honestly
anyone's eye.
appropriate. That's
It's
totally
very
appropriate.
it's very Mike Berry. So shout out Mike Berry. I saw that video you posted of just a bunch of his highlights. That was making me laugh.
Now that's what I call Mike Berry, Volume 29.
Yeah, that might need to be a yearly thing. There might be
Oh,
enough stuff every year to make a new volume.
oh God, I hope not.
I'm surprised you went with ramen and not barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I mean
That was his
he
idea,
dabbles
actually.
with both pretty heavily. I mean, it's concerning, but
Maybe he's trying to change the narrative. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know. I feel like that's a question you got to ask him.
We'll have to take it to Mike Berry on that one. We'll take that one offline.
Well, speaking of the business, Bitsky, you played with him at Firelights in Pennsylvania last year, and now both you and Keegan are on the lineup for this coming year in 2022.
Indeed, yeah, that was I think that was their first year last year, if I'm not mistaken. That was cool. Excited to go back to that festival. We're going to be grouping that in with some other shows around that time, so that'll be one of those things where grab Keegan from one airport, kind of hustle around a couple states and drop him off somewhere else and send him home at some point.
All the way back to Denver.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that run though, man. I've never even been to Firelights, so it's gonna be a good time. I know a lot of homies that are going out to that one, a lot of artist friends on the lineup.
Yeah.
It's gonna be another reunion of sorts.
Yeah, it definitely has like fam fest vibes for sure. Like a lot of people knowing each other kind of thing, artist wise and just people wise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, in other
Definitely.
future developments, I know that you guys are working on an EP together. So what's the deal with that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've been for like the better part of this probably started up since we played last time in Columbia, and it just seemed like first you got another song, like, okay, we've done 2 singles, then a second one followed up pretty quickly, and at that point it was obvious that we should probably just keep going with it, put the collection together, because they were really like, I don't know, they're tied together so nicely that you didn't want to take it away from like the grouping, but they're also, every song on this EP that we've been working on, it all has its own place on the spectrum, and I've really enjoyed writing it. We've done it differently, where I'm a little bit more involved sooner in the project. The first couple songs we did were more so featuring Bitsky, and just me laying down guitar and some chords over some stuff, and it's really evolved into like Keegan is in his studio in Denver simultaneously while I am working in Philadelphia on starting chords for something. He knows the tempo. We both have talked about a key, and we've just seen where it goes. Some of them are just like, we talked about the idea before anyone even came up with it, like something, and sent it to somebody else. We just kind of like spoke about, wouldn't it be cool to do something like this, and I think we've seen a lot of those ideas through in a really good way.
Yeah, I'll add on to that. I would say the tour has been really motivating, and just as we kind of put in this EP together, we've been testing out snippets here and there. We even showcased a little preview of one of them in the mix I just dropped. So definitely check out that mix. You'll hear a special little piece of one of the songs on the EP. but it's been really special putting the music together from the beginning, and having Sean not only do guitar, but yeah, like he said, writing chords, playing keys, and being involved from the very beginning. So it's a fully collaborative effort from start to finish on the whole project. And I'm definitely feeling a cohesive theme just on all the tracks, but also a good diversity in sound, and definitely sticking to space rock how we want to.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, like there's obvious variety in your sets too, so that's cool that you're implementing that into the EP as well, having a lot of like genre fluidity as well, while it's also cohesive with your sounds. That's very important.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, putting some final touches on some of them still, but yeah, absolutely. There's going to be something, I would say, for everyone in there. It's very diverse, different tempos, some slow stuff, some more upbeat stuff, some more guitar in your face, some more laid back and just melodic keys. Yeah, really loving it, and can't wait to see it come to fruition with the release.
Yeah, I think some of those are like our best shining moments in just certain aspects. It really, I think both of us came through in our own way on it, and I know for me, I was like really proud of one specific song, just the way the guitar came out. I was like, all right, wow, like, and I was struggling with it for a long time. It's one of those things where like
Yes, I know
I
exactly which one.
yeah, I like it was one that started with me, went to Keegan, but it started without guitar and it came back for guitar, and I could not get anything, like just blocked. No way to figure out like if there was even guitar needed on it. I just couldn't figure it out. And a couple shows happened, we focus on different things, other ideas, kind of put that on the back burner. And I think I like texted Keegan at like, it must have been like 5 a.m. Colorado time. I was like, dude, I got it. And like,
It was very random.
And I hadn't even played it yet. I like woke up with just like, I think I was like on the way to work or something and heard something. And I was like, and nothing related to this song in any way, but like, I just like it somewhere in the universe put those two connections together. And I was like, oh, I finally got it. Took it home that day, and I think that's going to be the best song on our EP.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have shown it to our manager Lou, and he thinks that might be a game changer right there. And they're all. I mean, now I'm like playing favorites just because like it's got some nice guitar, but now there's some serious just great stuff on the CP. So I look forward to finishing it up. We've definitely gotten carried away with the shows, and we wanted initially to have this out sooner, and then things just kind of like hit the ground running. Like we just focus on like so many last minute bookings, which we love. I mean, like coming from a band background, the greatest thing to do is playing shows. I mean, it's way more fun than sitting in your studio by yourself. Obviously, it's a tug of war of having to do both. Yeah. But that's obviously the favorite part of this whole lifestyle is getting join up with your friends and put it all out for the world and do it in a live setting. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm sure that engagement is very rewarding. And I mean, I think that anybody that hears you guys talk about the CP is going to be excited for it too. Just the passion is flowing, man. I love hearing that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I am too, man. The show this Saturday is going to be a banger. April 30th at the main course. I got these two going back to back. We got Bima, Sphinx, Ciroc, Hef, and Player One, as well as the drum and bass back to back. Where can people find your current stuff right now, and or buy tickets to the tour if they want to come out?
We got links everywhere, all over social media to tour. I mean, SoundCloud and Spotify. Every release ends up on there. I know we both have our Audius pages that we put our special songs on there that SoundCloud wouldn't quite appreciate.
For sure.
But yeah, coming out Saturday, I mean, that's priority number one for you people out there. Really just cannot emphasize how much effort we're putting into this set specifically. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on coming to the show.
Yeah, and I'll just add, really, really excited for this one. I know I've said it over and over, but I gotta say it again. It's the ultimate reunion back to the first time we ever did this, and we're just looking to show you guys we've committed to it since then, and we're stepping up our game with the space rock brand.
Hell yeah. Well, we love that you guys are coming out, and I'm very excited for the weekend. Make sure to follow Player One Productions on all socials, as well as P1 Podcast _ for the rest of the episodes coming out in the future. But until then, I guess we'll see you Saturday. And please go check these guys out on all their socials. You also heard us mention Mike Berry, the business. Go check him out as well. And also go stream the brand new release from Sphinx, Safari. Big tune coming out.
Definitely, definitely do that. Stream that one.
Yes,
that's
big
all
shout out
me.
to Sphinx.
And Keegan has a new song out today. Did we talk about that? Keegan
we didn't talk about. Oh my god, we didn't talk about it.
Keegan dropped an absolute slapper today, yo.
Also out on Street Ritual too, right?
Yeah.
The label where the mix came out that you were just talking about. The second track in the mix, Supersonic. So it's actually just a really, really slow tune for me. Slowing things down all the way to 0, and just basically just like a really deep, sustained bass and some nice wobbles in there. And it's just a good slow ride. You got to check it out.
Absolutely. I'm so sorry I forgot to bring that up.
No, you're good. There's a lot going on. We talked about the mix. It's in the mix, so they would get it from that. But yeah, thanks for touching on that. Super excited on that. Make sure you check out the other artists on Street Ritual. There's a bunch of really dope artists on there. They're making some really awesome music, and I think it's a very good way to touch on the roots but take it to the future at the same time. So definitely check them out.
Absolutely. And Vale being the mastermind behind all that, she really knows how to pick them, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. She's crushing it. Been doing it for so long. I just love her sound and, where she's pushing the game. So definitely check out Vale if you haven't. She's a beast. She just crushed that, that Ella Stream Mission Ballroom show in Denver. She did the back-to-back with Not Low, and I got to see some of that in person. And wow, I don't have words for that, man. The energy in that room was very, very turned up on many levels. I can't say enough positive things about how well they did that night.
Yeah, I got the chance to see that set at Okeechobee this year, and I can say the same. That energy level is unmatched, and they really know how to meld their sounds, but also really make each other individually shine on that.
Absolutely, it's really special, man. I really feel that for sure.
Well, that's it from me. Do you guys have any closing remarks?
Space.
Outer space.
I'm the spaceman. See you in South Carolina.
Yeah, I'll see you in a little bit, bud.
Super solid.